Hi, I'm Rich Man from Rich Man Tack, and while I was doing this wall, so if you want to see this wall being done from start to finish, then please click on the link above. But while I was doing this wall, we're coming to doing the top 2 coats of paint. So as I always do when you've got something like cutting in, I mask the walls so you get a nice neat straight edge. I use masking tape, but in this video I always use this tape, but I thought I'd let people know. I use frog tape. Now frog tape comes in 3 different versions. It's a technical masking tape, hence it being on this channel. So I use 3 different versions for 3 different jobs. So in today's video I'm actually going to tell you a bit about the tape and why I use this over normal masking tape, and I'm going to give you a few examples as well. But what is it? Well, frog tape is like a regular masking tape in the way that you apply it and use it, but it has a stain block properties in it. So what that does is when you get the wet paint touches the edge of the masking tape solidifies and creates a straight line, so you do not get any bleeding under the masking tape. So I've got 3 tapes here, so there you go. That's the one I use mainly. Then you have the green version and you have the red version. Now the red version I'd use more if I was using gloss paint and taping down carpets if you're doing the skirting board. In this instance we're actually pulling the carpet away because we're waiting for a new carpet. So I won't be actually using that. But in these 2 tapes, these are the most common 2. So they have slightly different properties. Now this one is called a low tack masking tape, I think. Yep, well, delicate surfaces it says, and this one says multi surface. Now you use this one, which is the one I mainly use, for putting on things like freshly painted walls. So if you are painting walls and you're having a feature wall, you might have painted the side walls one colour and your feature walls you're going to do another colour. The paint that's on your walls hasn't fully hardened and fully dried, so it might be touch dry, and you know, you might have left it for a couple of days, but it takes weeks before it fully hardens. In that instance, you would apply that on the dry painted surface that you've done, and then you'd paint the other wall in the colour that you're using, like a feature wall. Now I've also used it to do this stripe that I'm showing you here underneath. So on my wall I used a laser level, so I've got a link to a laser level here. So I used a laser level to get a straight line. I applied this masking tape, and then once this masking tape was applied in a straight line, I then painted over with the colour or the white. I can't remember which way around I did. I think it was the colour. Once I removed the tape, you're left with a nice straight line. So this is the yellow one that you'd use on sort of newly painted walls. The green one, on the other hand, has a higher stick rate. So if you're using it, say, on something like a one wall that's been painted, say, for a few weeks, and it's good and it's dry and it's good adhesion, then you might actually prefer to use this tape. This tape would give you slightly stronger sticking properties. Not that you really notice the difference with the yellow version, but it gives you slightly stronger sticking properties, and also it can go over a few more sort of surfaces. So I tend to use this more going on things like door architraves and skirting boards, something that's got a more like a gloss base paint or something like that. I just forgot, so I thought I'd just quickly add this in. All these tapes also come in different thicknesses, so select the thickness that you want for your work. So a thinner one there, a wider one there. Obviously depending on what you're actually taping, depends on which one you choose. If you were trying to go around corners, as in like curves on the wall or something, obviously use the thinner tape, and then maybe fill in a bit more with a wider tape afterwards, sticking onto the thinner tape. So I just thought I'd add that. So those are my masking tapes. Like I say, if you want to see this wall being made from start to finish, then please click on the link above, and I'll just crack on and I'll start taping up this room to finish the top coat. Cheers.